When Lewis Laws became warden of SingSing prison, his wife, Catherine Stanley Laws, was a young mother of 3 daughters. They arrived at SingSing on January 1st, 1920, and settled into the drafty old warden's house situated next to the main cell block. Everybody warned Catherine never to set foot inside the walls, but she didn't listen to them. When the first prison basketball game was held, she went with her 3 girls in tow and took a seat in the bleachers with the inmates. She said, "My husband and I are going to take care of these men, and I believe they will take care of me. I don't have to worry." She would regularly go into the prison and visit with the inmates. Her quiet kindnesses were the stuff of legend. She would arrange for every man to get a Christmas present, noting that probably some had never received one in their brutal lives. She would help them write letters to their families. She hosted Labor Day picnics for the inmates and oversaw special meals in the mess hall for Thanksgiving and other holidays. When she heard that one convicted murderer was blind, she taught him Braille so that he could read. On learning of other inmates who were deaf, she studied sign language so that she could communicate with them. Those incarcerated in SingSing knew that they could trust her totally, with one quoted as saying, "Telling her something was like burying it at sea." When a convict's mother or near relative was dying, the convict was permitted to leave the SingSing walls for a final visit. On such occasions, instead of going under heavy guard, he was taken in Mrs. Law's own car, often accompanied by the warden's wife herself. She was especially solicitous to those awaiting execution, doing little things to make their cells brighter, spending hours talking to them. Sometimes she would even arrange for their families to stay in the warden's house as the execution date drew near. She also made sure that every incarcerated man had a decent burial if he had no immediate family. For 16 years, Catherine Laws softened the hard hearts of the men of SingSing. She became known as the mother of SingSing. And then in 1937, the world saw the difference that real love can make. The prisoners knew something was wrong when one day Lewis Laws didn't report to work. And then the devastating news came of Catherine's sudden and shocking death. The following day, her body was placed in her home 3/4 of a mile from the prison. As the acting warden took his early morning walk, he noticed a large gathering of inmates at the main gate, every prisoner against the fence, eyes awash with tears, faces solemn. No one spoke or moved. They had come to stand as close as they could to the woman who had given them love. And then the acting warden made a remarkable decision. "All right, men," he said, "you can go. Just be sure to check back in tonight." These were hardened criminals, murderers, armed robbers. Many were serving life sentences, but the gates were unlocked, and some 200 inmates walked without escort or guard to the home of Catherine Laws to pay their last respects. And to a man, each one returned. Real love changes people. I'm Larry Johnson. Until next month, stay well.